Thresh rune and mastery setup you wanna use. Like, you really need to save IP for the runes. They will help you a lot. So I could put this on the stream now. So for Quints you wanna have armor. Marks could be armor, or if you don't wanna save for armor max, you could just use AD. It should be fine too. And seals you wanna have flat HP or flat armor. And for the cliffs you probably want flat magic resistance. So save that link and get those runes. You could just copy Mata, to be honest. But like I said, if you wanna get a good page faster, since I think you already have like some AD marks, like you should probably get the quints first, the armor quints maybe. You already have one, I guess. Armor per level on seals it can be fine, but just get all 9 of those, or you could get some HP ones too. And for the masteries, you might just wanna copy Mata again. Like, I could explain why this is like a good setup, but like for example, the 21 utility is pretty good because you will get increased sustain, CDR and movement speed, and also the cold regen. All of those are really good stats to have. and the reduction to summoner spells, and even the item cooldown reduction. The 9 defense is pretty standard on all supports. You just wanna have the increased HP and the reduced damage taken. Yeah, 21 defense and 9 utility can be great as well. I think you just wanna have the biscuits. It's like up to you what you wanna use. If you feel like you wanna be a bit more tanky and don't really use the movement speed that well in your initiation and stuff like that, you could use the 21 defense. But your bigger problem is the runes for sure. Like, I hope you copied down that link I gave you, because that rune page is probably what you wanna use on Thresh, like in almost every game. But I guess we could just go over to your game now. So first things first, the item start. You might think that the 3-minute watch is a good buy early on, like it gives you way better vision than the trinket ward, but it's not really true. You need the sustain rather than the better ward. So my start would always be like 3 potions and the relic shield, or you could even start Doran's shield or the coin if you want to. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the relic shield on Thresh actually, but it's still a pretty good item for sure. But for sure I would never buy a stealth ward at level 1. So anyway, but since you went with this, you can make this work, but it's so much harder since you only have 150 health of sustain and the relic shield, which is alright, but it's not really something you can rely on because of the really long cooldown on the recharge. So yeah, drop the ward and get more potions. Also, something to think about, exhaust is not always the best choice. Sure, it's great against Vayne and Wukong, or even Twisted Fate maybe. But sometimes you wanna just get the ignite for the increased kill potential. And also exhaust is much harder to use correctly than ignite. Ignite you can just use on a low HP target and to get the kill, but what the fuck is happening this game? So your jungle goes from some kind of weird YOLO play and gets killed doing it, and you are going mid, like, I don't know, This is just insane. You're pretty far behind on the XP actually compared to like top lane. Well, actually no one was laning that early, I think. So you have the level advantage here, level 2 against level 1. If you just force a fight, there's no way you should be losing it. And she is not even halfway to the level 2 yet. So I hope you're really trying to kill the Morgana right now. And you are. But for some weird reason you are backing off. And for some even weirder reason you went Dark Passage level 2. You need to get the Flay for increased damage and catch potential to trade with the Vayne. If you had Flay there at level 2, you could have just like flayed the Vayne back and maybe even killed her. So now you have Flay, but your positioning is way off. You need to be able to attack the Vayne when she's attacking Ashe. You have to trade together with her. You can't be behind your carry. And even there, like, okay, you don't wanna get caught in a bind near the turret, but if your AD carry is playing way up, you need to play with her. And now the problem with the ward start, you have no potions. And even Morgana made a huge mistake by buying this fucking fairy gem. Just really bad buy. If you had the better starting items, you could be easily dominating this lane with your HP. You get a good hook there, but you missed the Flay horribly. I don't know why you were walking backwards there. And then you flash, but you cancel the auto. And you still go for it and almost die to the turret. Yeah, you can't make those mistakes. You have to be like more patient and focused. And you need to recall in time before the Vayne and Morgana get back to lane. And how much gold did you have there? Let's see. Wait, this is... How much did I go back? Why is the fucking bindings not working again? Backspace not working. Ah, fuck, I hate this replay client sometimes. Everything fucking not working again. Oh, but yeah, I'm sure you noticed the cancelled auto attack, but you made even bigger mistake with the Flay, I think. Or a similar mistake. Like now that you landed, you could just jump into it. Or here Flay. But you, for some reason you were walking back for too long, and now she's not even in the hook anymore. And then you missed the Flay by quite a bit actually. If you hadn't missed the Flay, Vayne would be alive. And also here you had Lantern, I think. It's not a huge shield, but still 60 HP. It's like 10% of her life, so it would be like here. I think she would have survived with the lantern. So a lot of misplays right there. And then the other one is to, of course, to cancel the attack. Or I think you maybe even had a chance to flay her right there. But now you should have been recalling right away. Even before this. Like, this is just not helping anyone. You are missing an EXP by waiting to recall longer. And you have 722. Well, too bad. Not enough for Sidestone. I would get the Ruby Crystal and wards and potions. But you upgraded the Targons. I guess it's alright. And I think you got the wards here. But then you get a pretty nice play. I mean, hook here. They get greedy. So you get the flay and hook. And Vayne, I mean Ash flashes too late. Anyway, I think before we go past the 7 or 8 minute mark, I think I wanna highlight something about this game as well, like other than this. Like here. Let's just imagine this was a normal start for the Amumu, where, well, I don't know what you were doing either way, but at 155 the blue buff spawns and you should be attacking it. But the thing most people don't seem to realize is that to win bot lane you wanna have the level advantage and you wanna get to lane first. But since this Amumu is doing some really retarded shit right now, chasing the Yasuo, I mean trying to help the Yasuo instead of doing the blue buff. But anyway, you wanna give your jungler only 2 auto attacks really on the blue buff. Okay, let's imagine that was 2 auto attacks. Then you would go the shortest path to the lane with your AD carry and push the lane at level 1. Like right now at 205 or 2010. You should be here before the first minion dies, and then you should be pushing this lane. If you did that correctly, in a normal game, let's say, where this mid fight wouldn't happen, you would get the level advantage every time. And that's something you can use to win a lot of games, to be honest. Like that shit works at every elo. Even in the Master and Diamond games. But in those games people usually realize when they're getting outpushed, so they back off and don't die at level 2 stupidly. But since you're not really high rated at all, it's something you can just... You have to remember that you can use this trick. It's not really trick, it's fundamental basics of the game. Something that works in every game and something everyone should be doing in every single game, to be honest. It also helps your AD carry to CS, and it helps you to win trades if you have more minions and you are pushing the lane. Also here, You came to the lane and you don't see the Morgana. Even so, even if you think she's in the brush or something, you could be still playing rather aggressive here. Like, there's no reason to let Vayne freeform like this. You could just try to flay her back, or at least auto-attack her once or twice. And I don't really know why you got the Lantern level 2. You wanna get the flay. The flay is always better. You need the damage, you need to be able to flay your AD, the enemy AD carrier. The added damage is way better than the shield of 60 health. Just the damage alone is like 2 times more than the shield effect. And now you should realize that Morgana is level 1, she just arrived in lane. You should be able to do whatever you want with your level advantage, and you realize that at first, but then you somehow back off. Also because you don't have to play your hook, it's kinda hard to play aggressive as Thresh really. So yeah, getting the shield level 2 was also a big mistake. But now you have all your 3 abilities. Also, I'm not really sure why you're not attacking there. Okay, the minions would aggro you, but you could have like played her back and give her a whack of your auto attack. And now also the potion thing, because you get this useless steel ward and you didn't get the yellow free ward, which is, I think, in my opinion, the better start. Always, you don't have potions. And then the misplays here that I talked about, etc. And if you didn't fuck up there, you would have had the side stone. And then here you should be recalling faster, yeah. I'm just repeating this shit because they are like basics of the bot lane that you need to realize. Like what wins the laning phase. Like there's no point talking about a single mistake. Like you need to learn the basics of what wins the lane in every game. Level advantage, the right skills, having the right items for every situation. Stuff like missing an auto attack or missing a skill is something you can practice, but it's not something you really need to think about, because you of course always know that hitting abilities is better than missing them. I guess yeah, you were a bit greedy, but you get the kill for your Ashe, and you survive with like no HP. Now you should have the side stone probably soon. Oh no, no, you're recalling at 700 again. But yeah, get the side stone next. Oh, you even get the pink one. That's real good. It's something you wanna always be buying, but you also need to use them correctly. Like I rarely use them in the lane press, for example, and I hope you're not doing that as well. It's so hard to defend them there. How the fuck did you get so chunked? Oh, you walk into bindings. The secret to dodging bindings is rather simple, really. Just don't stand still like this. Don't stand next to walls where you can't move to both directions. I think the most important part is to not stand still. Like of course Morgana is gonna bind you here if you're gonna stand still. And for some weird fucking reason Morgana is buying Tear of Goddess and leveling tormented soil. I think this is like the AP carry Morgan rather than the support Morgan. And even better than trying to juke all the bindings is to just stay behind the minions. They will never hit you if you're behind your minions. Also against Vayne, don't stand next to the walls like this. It's the easiest stun of her life. It can ruin your day. Like, they will always follow up the stuns and binds with each other. It will just destroy you. You have to, against Vayne, you have to stand in the middle of the lane pretty much. Only way to stand in the brush is if they have no vision of the brush. So you would be able to hook from out of vision, and then you would be able to follow up the hook to get to the mid lane. I mean to the middle of the lane. And then they had no chance of stunning you ever in that situation. But yeah, you need to think about the Vayne stuns and how to avoid the bindings, because that shit just kinda got you in a tricky situation. But because it's a low elo, people don't know how the turrets work or how to avoid turret damage and don't estimate their damage correctly, so this kind of retarded shit happens. And Dash is always standing still, getting hit by every single point. But that's also happening to you. And there you could have like probably realized that DF was sporting, and you could have probably even hooked him before he gets to move from that port. I think, yeah, you hit the hook, that's nice, but is it enough to save the Ashe? Maybe it is, but she's not dodging anything. Oh, and you almost cancel another attack, but you get the kill. And yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do. Maybe hook, but it's not really gonna happen. So now you for sure have the side stun. You could sell the green ward here and get the side stone and get. Oh my god, you went for the face of the mount. Well, it's up to you, but I usually wanna get the side stone as soon as possible. It will save you so much money. You also don't have any sustain now other than the face of the mountain, so if you fuck up with the binds and stuns again, you will get to low HP and then it might be harder to fight. Also now, since you are this pushed to the turret, you need to think about the possible ganks. Like you need the ward here. This ward here will show if someone is walking through the river to gank you from behind. So as soon as so if you're watching this part of the map or watching the map at all, you should know that they can't come from the river right now, really, unless someone is like jumping over the dragon pit walls over here to come from here. So you need to have the ward here if you're attacking the turret. And Ashe eating bindings yet again, but gets the kill with the ultimate. And now you guys are in the turret range for some weird ass reason, not watching the minions at all. And now you have still don't have the ward here, you have the green ward, you should be using it. You don't even see the enemy mid laner, he could be roaming. When was the last time you saw the jungler? He could be roaming and coming to bot lane as well. And I think you're warding something, or you're dropping the pink on the dragon. Yeah. And you dropped the ward here. Like, I don't like this ward that much. I only use this ward when I feel this one is way too dangerous to ward. Like both the enemy laners are here, and I will have no vision from this area, or I haven't seen the enemy jungler for a while, or haven't seen the enemy mid lane. So I guess you were kinda scared, maybe. Which is a valid reason to not ward in that brush. Because the camps do happen a lot. The enemy jungler could be waiting there. I'm not sure if that happens a lot in this elo, but it has happened to me like 1,000 times. So yeah, this ward might be the best option sometimes. But I think when you were both here, it was safe to ward these ones. At least until the Ashe dropped like 10% HP from me.